the sky. Good way to describe it. The destruction is absolute. The surface is just gone. Say when blows, wicked steps approach. fair wind blows, wicked steps approach through falling ash, embers blue glowing. A fair wind blows, reticence glowing. A fair wind dodge the dead and other hunters, borrow sight, peer into the night. My sharp sparks, a wall is painted, relocated, leaving you as base. I will end your pain. The fair wind blows. I will end your pain. Fair wind. Alive, but where is our light? With heart, but where is our spark? Dredge up lost works from the sun.
Hello, hello. I sound Skrillex. No. No, I did not sample Skrillex. You know, you can talk a lot of shit about dubstep, but some of the production techniques are certainly on point. Can't begrudge them that. Anywho, I hope everyone has a nice frosty beverage. I am drinking some Imperial Chocolate Stout. It's pretty good. Anywho, thanks for tuning in to celebrate the launch of my new EP in Dying Light. Just pop a link in the chat, but it's also in the video description. There we are. And if it's your first time here, I'm the Witch's Forge. I make dark electronic and industrial music. Lol, Migu. Yeah, Migu's savage, man. I love Migu. As I was saying, the stuff you hear in the background tonight is pretty much all mine, bar one track, which is by a good friend of the channel, GW_X9. So, if you're liking what you hear, please check me out. All my stuff's on my YouTube channel, and most of it's on all of your streaming platforms and whatnot. So subscribe for more if you want to stay up to date with what's going on. And if you want to support me, please like and share. You can also buy my stuff on Bandcamp if you want to throw me some change. Or send whatever on Twitch. I'm now monetized. Woo! Hey NPC, welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you. So the plan for tonight is that we're just gonna kind of take it easy, gonna shoot the shit. We're gonna play some Cultic. I'm not gonna get all Giga Autismo on Cultic like I did with Soma. I mean, I'm gonna do my best to get all or most of the secrets and stuff, and We're going to talk a bit about game design, and I'll show you a few secrets along the way, or Easter eggs I should say, along the way. But yeah, we're just celebrating, so I can have some drinks and relax, and I said we're not being giga autistic. Like, you need to rebase your expectations for this stream. we hit a pretty high level of autism as a baseline. So let's start the spurg out, shall we? Yeah. So I'm pretty hyped to have the EP out. It's unfortunately a bit late. I was actually hoping to have it about 2-3 months ago, but circumstance and part of it was my fault because a new version of Suno came out and I just went bananas on a whole bunch of other tracks and things, but we got there in the end. It's a pretty interesting sort of turning point for the project, this EP, because everything prior to it, like everything from Crush Depth and then the unreleased Hunted, but you know, all the Hunted tracks are on YouTube, and then Devour Dark Sun, you know, a lot of work went into that, but it was all AI generated, and then a lot of studio work to whip it into shape. You know, by the time of Devour Dark Sun, the ability to separate stems was very primitive, so I could only do so much. But when version 4 came out, and you know, the increased fidelity allowed me to separate the stems better, I got some new equipment and whatnot, new VSTs and whatnot. This EP is sort of me figuring out an entire new workflow. Let's just watch the intro here and I'll be quiet and have a drink. So there you go, a very cryptic intro. I guess you're some kind of investigator. I actually don't know the lore for this game. I just ran through and I've played it through a good like 4 or 5 times. I've got all the achievements and stuff on Steam for it, and put about 30 something hours into it. And here we are, waking up in a body. Pile of bodies. Anyhow, there are some things I can show you about this game. For example, there's movement tech. You don't have bunny hopping per se, you have kick hopping. That's pretty good. They do have a weapon wheel. I don't know why people insist on having this in games nowadays. I suppose it's just for console plebs, but I actually will probably never use it. I don't like it. But that's just me being a 30-something-year-old boomer. Yeah. So as I was saying, this song in particular is probably this song Nomad, it's track 4 from the EP, is sort of the blueprint for everything that follows, like all the newer music you've seen, heard previews of on stream intros and stuff. this track was where I kind of figured out the new methods. So the thing is, when you're dealing with generative AI and like trying to integrate that into a music workflow, there's no book for it. No one tells you how to do it well. I'm sure there are other people doing things similar to what I'm doing, but I am not in touch with them, and I've got no idea what they're doing and how they're doing it. I've just kind of figured it out on my own. So there you go. Now, I did play a very early version of this game, and it always throws me because I know where some of the secrets are, and I think you could actually access 2 of them, I want to say, on the original demo. But here, there's a secret entry up there you can get to. Mighty Boot engage. I think it was in a shareware version of Duke, you could actually equip the Mighty Boot as a primary weapon, but the hotkey would still work, so you're basically doing a, what's that, like Cossack dance thing? Yeah, that was funny. Anyway, let's get on with it. So I really do like this game. It reminds me a lot of Blood, which I'm pretty sure is the intention. If anyone out there has not played Blood, I recommend you do. It's one of the best boomer shooters of all. And like Blood, you get dynamite. And you might think, oh, it's OP, you get a extremely powerful explosive right at the start. And it's like, yep, you do. And you're gonna need it. You're gonna need lots of it. They end up giving you heaps of it, and for good reason. The weird thing is they actually give you a broom handle Mauser, which seems a bit out of place, but it is cool. Super hard too. Yeah, Blood is hard as shit. All the hit scanner cultists that make it savage. I guess I'll read all the notes for this playthrough on it. This religious weirdo has been hovering around in the lobby for nearly 10 minutes. He came in with the other guy who was meeting up with the boss. If I keep typing, maybe he'll think I'm busy and leave me alone. And we just typed an extra F there because we're paying respects. Hope you hold it sideways and use the muzzle jump to sweep through. Yeah, we don't, but my my CQC is powerful. See that? It just took his head clean off. I think that's just health. Yeah. So you might have noticed we're not playing it on very hard or extreme. I have passed it on both, and it's just like, I don't think it would be very good to watch, to be honest, because you I'd just be crawling everywhere and abusing all the tricks and things. And it would take forever. There'd be a lot of quick saving and reloading. Not to say there's not going to be that already, so there'll just be so much more. So you probably saw that, but if you didn't, there were cracks in the wall, and if you see that, you can blow them open with dynamite. The thing is, the game kind of messes with you because it shows you this right at the start, and I think the next wall you can detonate is like level 3 or 4 or some shit. Yeah. Very rude. That's real hard to notice too. So we will be safe scanning. That's your hint that there's a secret. Yeah. I fell in love with this game as soon as I played the real early demo, because particularly, like, I was a massive fan of Blood growing up. I first played it back in, must have been 97 or 98. think. Yeah, it was probably 97. I think I got it on a demo on a well, the shareware version on a demo disc back then. Yeah. I don't know if anyone remembers what it was like when in the 90s, where you used to, you know, get demo discs or whatever. That was, and magazines. Man, I miss magazines. Like, obviously the internet's very convenient and whatnot, but the cool thing was getting a monthly magazine, because you'd sit there waiting all month to kind of find out what was happening next, especially for PC gaming at the time in the sort of mid to late 90s. Everything was changing so quick. Like, you got AoE from Nutrigrain based. Yeah, we won a bunch of shit actually back in the day. Like, we got there was a Milo game, like a side-scrolling platformer based on Milo. That was pretty fun actually. And magazines back then used to offer giveaways. So I think it was from old PC Gamer or PC Power Play. We won a couple of games actually. We won Alien Odyssey, which is pretty obscure, I believe, at this point in time, and what was that game? I think it was an Australian-made game. Dog Days. I want to say Dog Day or Dog Days. It was a point-and-click adventure game in the first-person perspective, and it was like a fever dream. That was a really fucking weird game. NPC didn't get much opportunity to play until you got older. And PC Gamer with Damodus, yeah man. Yeah, those are the days. Let me crack my monster and take a sip. Anyway, we'll read this thing. Resignation letter. To whom it may concern, I can no longer be part of this business venture. I put far too much time and money into the acquisition of this property, and the updates it needed to be serviceable as a place of business. All the blood and sweat, and for what? For leadership to just sell out and run away with the money? I should have known that all this talk about shrugging off the buyout was just that, talk. You can consider this my resignation. I'm not going down with this ship. Yeah, funny how that goes. If you know, you know. Somewhat in the middle of one of those right now. I recall too when PC Gamer made a Half-Life mod and released it on a Damodus. You know what, I probably saw that, but I don't recall. Oh, blood. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, Whitechapel, you know what I'm talking about. I've just been informed that chat isn't showing up on the stream, so thank you for calling that out. I'm boomed something. I boomed something real good. And I know what it is. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. I was reordering all my OBS shit earlier, and clearly I fucked something up. And it wouldn't be one of our streams without me effing something up. Anyway, here's your next hole in the wall. Whew, that was close. Now in the original demo, I'm pretty sure you got a China Lake in here, and I really missed that. Now they just give you a shotgun, I think. Yeah. Now, this double barrel shotgun can pretty much carry you through the whole game. And you're going to want it to. In fact, you might have noticed I picked up some weapon upgrade parts. You pick those up in some health boosters that increase your max health throughout the whole game. And yeah, you're going to need those, and all your upgrade points from the start should pretty much just go straight into your shotgun to get the damage up, and it goes a long way. And some of the cultists have shotguns, and they hurt. You can actually pick up the pick up the gore and stuff. You can pick up a bunch of things. I think actually there is a an achievement for flushing something down one of the toilets in this area, but I've already got all the cheebos, so I don't really remember. And you can see we're one weapon part away from upgrading our shotgun, and we're gonna get that weapon part soon, and we're gonna get that upgrade, because the boss of this level is a pain in the dick. These red barrels are explosive. How did that not hurt any of them? What the heck? Nice. There is a hidden stuff in that dumpster. Yeah, I was collecting codes in Soma because there's basically, it's not dev stuff per se. What it is, there's a archive in the game folder containing a bunch of like unused assets, and there's a video of an early build of the game with a different story and stuff like that. Very interesting stuff. Build journal number 1. I am Christopher Holloway. I am a private investigator looking into the disappearance of Caitlin Sullivan at the request of her parents. This is my personal journal. If you find this, something has likely happened to me. Deliver these notes to the authorities. Yeah, we're not doing that. Caitlin's folks think she just ran off. Mr. Sullivan had been suspicious of the closed-door gatherings taking place at the community center. In his words, it had to be Satanists. He swears that he hears chanting coming from the meeting room if he's ever in the building late at night. It's a long shot, but the timing does fit. I'm going to see if I can get an invite to one of these meetings. Well, surprise, surprise. If you didn't get it from the name, yes, we're dealing with cults and stuff. There we go. Don't miss this dynamite on the way out. So we're gonna have to just quickly go back in, because there is that last secret in here that we want to get. And it's that door that we couldn't open earlier. And you definitely want this one. Even though it looks like there's nothing here. There very much is. Early access to a Mesleg lever action rifle, and this thing slaps. It's basically your long range damage dealer until you get the sniper rifle later in the game. That being said, you do there is a knack to it, because to get reliable headshots, it kind of feels like you need to aim off center just slightly, but you'll see as I do it. What could they be doing with all these bodies? Well, I don't know. Sounds like they could be doing weird cult shit. Spoiler. Just gonna pick up that lantern we found, because even though fire is quite unreliable in this game, it's still incredibly useful. Especially the Molotovs. Oh my god, the Molotovs are so good. Nice. Oops. Okay, we'll see just how good this thing is. Wow, streamers should. Man, I'm like 3 beers in. It's a good thing we're only on hard. I would be eating shit if we were on high difficulties. don't miss. I think it's this one. Yeah. There you go. Secrets. We want to hang on to our Molotovs. Those are rookie numbers in his rackets. Speaking of rackets, he certainly makes me look like a rookie in this department, that's for sure. And tell you what, if I had some nose candy, well, I probably wouldn't take it because my heart is busted after a certain safe and effective thing, but we won't talk about that. But I am kind of envious of his liquor collection, that's for sure. I probably shouldn't have used so much ammo for that thing, but it was fun. See if we can get this lantern. Yeah, I got him. It's like a dice roll to catch that guy with the fire. This is gonna bring us to the next secret, which is pretty easy to miss. So easy to miss that I almost forgot where it is. Yeah. Okay. It should be our first health upgrade. So apparently in an earlier version of the game, those imbued remains are actually going to give you skill points that you could use on special powers. If you use, if you're not on custom difficulty, it doesn't appear, but it would normally appear here. This song is Delenda Est, the remixed version of it that I put together for the Soma streams. So just on that topic, all the remixes like Impact that you heard at the start of the stream, the remix of Silt and this and a bunch of others, I'm going to be releasing them all as a remix album in the not too distant future. I don't know if I'll release it alongside the next album, but you might get some teasers in amongst. So my sort of release plan is I give up. Like, I've done my own thing on YouTube for the last year and a half, and it just keeps fucking me with the way it arranges my sort of demo early versions and like jams them into the release playlist for when I actually put out the album version. So what it means is, on my release version, there's like a bunch of demos mixed in with the final versions, and it's a bit shit. Even if I label the songs as demos or whatever, it's very frustrating. So I'm gonna join the dark side, so to speak, and just do what every other artist does on YouTube and do cascading releases of actual final songs leading up to an album and just call it a day, because I've been buck broken by YouTube's bullshit. I was hoping we wouldn't aggro this guy, but it is what it is. I see. Got him. Well, let's have a listen to this for a sec.
Secretum loqui verba. Esto mensuetus. Secretum loqui verba. Quizás impeding. Secretum loqui verba. Okay, seriously, who the fuck?
An alien game, I don't follow. You'll have to forgive me. I think the guy was speaking some like Latin or something like the cultist from Blood, where it's made up but sort of Latin sounding, I guess. There he is. Okay. Got him. Yeah, we'll go do this one first. Sort them out with some dynamite. Now, I know around one of these campsites there is a secret. Can't remember if it's this one or not, but we'll have a squiz. Nice. Yeah, I think it's a bit later from memory. Yeah, I think I remember where it is too. Might seem like they throw too much dynamite at you, but believe me, they don't. If you haven't noticed, this game actually does use legitimate voxels, from what I can tell, which is a nice touch. Although, apparently a lot more of the assets were going to be voxels at some point, but he kind of cut them down, I think, for performance reasons, which I understand, but it was just a bit of a shame. I do like the old... I was hoping that would get him. I do like the old voxels. Yeah, these ones throw dynamite. It hurts. Cool. Alright, here's another secret. Some more shotgun ammo, and we are gonna need that in a moment. It's like, cool, I'm pretty sure we can pick those back up. Oh shit, forgot about that. I was about to say, I think we can like tech over there, but it's been a while. Let's give it once over for any hidden stuff. And that's the exit of the level. Okay, I think there might be a way to get there from the back, but let's see if we can kick jump over there. No, not like that, we can't. Huh, that was interesting. Okay. Oh well. The name of this song, this is Wretched, but it's a remixed version of it that it's like 90% done. I really should finish it and release. Yeah, it's not on my channel currently. Okay. So there's a couple of things to grab in this area. Some eyeballs, grab those. There's some armor shards back here. And there's a secret up here. I just realized I think I forgot to upgrade the shotgun. That's alright. We haven't got the fourth weapon part from next to it yet. So this remix of Wretched's actually another interesting one because it's it falls into the same bucket as the EP tracks. In fact, thinking about it, I should probably add this as a bonus track on the Bandcamp release because it's another one where it was just me figuring out my entire new workflow. It's a bit rough. Like I was actually manually aligning all the MIDI to it because I was a bit of a potato and I didn't figure out the tempo of my songs, and I didn't like add that tempo into Reaper, so all the MIDI alignment could go with the tempo. It's all manual and jacked up. Oh, you've got to be kidding. That's the only problem with the throwables in this game, I reckon. You have to be real careful with crouching and using them. See if we can get that down there. Nice. That went a lot better than I was expecting. Thank you. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that too. 9 out of 11 secrets. I think I know where the last 2 are. Hang on to that barrel, because we're going to want to use it in just a sec. Oh, come on. Oh well. I'm not gonna save scum that one. I don't think this counts as a secret, but here's another shotgun shells that you can get. Okay, try this one. Can't win. To my voice prompts for harsh vocals reference, I don't know how to say it, Ziani, whatever. Yeah, I know who that is, but no. No, my workflow is a bit different. I actually don't necessarily specifically prompt for harsh vocals. I occasionally use meta tags for them, if you know what they are, but the secret sauce for my stuff is a bit different. Ah, yeah, so I have talked about meta tags before. Good. Yeah, I'm not trying to be obtuse. The thing is, again, I basically, you know, irrespective of other people potentially doing it at the same time, I have invented a novel production method. What I'm doing now with my music is very I want to say unique. Maybe that's not the right word, but it's very specific. Like it's an entirely custom workflow. All my like studio techniques. I mean, ultimately I'm using a DAW, right? Like, so I use Reaper. That's nothing special about that. I use a whole bunch of VSTs, nothing special about that, but the way I use them and the way I combine the generative AI and not just from a from a structural point of view, but the way I use the artifacts of diffusion-based audio in production and all the other little tricks and things that I use is pretty unique, or at least I believe it to be pretty unique. So yeah, I consider a lot of it quite proprietary, simply because it's more of a tactical point of view. Like, I'm sure the cat will be out of the bag at some point. I might even do tutorials at some point, but at the moment it's kind of a there's something special and potentially, I don't want to say marketable, but like it is a selling point for my project, in that it's something different. You know, future generations will kind of be the judge as to whether or not this weird hybrid thing I do has any sort of artistic merit, but you know, I don't have the benefit of that perspective. I just want to keep doing my thing. And I think I've kind of earned it being a bit proprietary, at least for a time. Nice. I love dynamite. They're real teasers with that those machine gun guys, because you don't get a machine gun until like I think level 3 or 4. It's a bit rude. Here's second last secret, and here's one of the original tent designs, and there's a little thing. Yeah, looks different than the others. Yeah, and you'll get a Chivo if you find this. Yeah. I think we'll nix that fella while we're here. Whole burning animations and sounds in this aren't bad, but it kind of makes me nostalgic for the blood ones. The blood ones were like sick, and I mean that both in that they were really cool and also actually sick. The cultist burning sounds from blood were brutal. Yeah, I think I've got everything from there. Did I miss a weapon part somewhere? I'm like second guessing, have I got all the secrets to this point? Because I could have sworn I had my shotgun upgraded by this point. I've only got 3 kills left. Allegedly. Yeah, I think I've missed one. Which is a bit of a sad state of affairs, because this part is gonna suck a little bit without it. Can't donate bits now. What do you mean? As far as I know, I'm monetized. You should be able to donate bits. Oh, unless you're talking about me missing a secret like a noodle, in which case, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Fair call, fair call. That was a pro streamer move, as they would say. That bit there. Okay. Ow. So this part's probably going to be a bit dark. Yeah, you saw it. He actually throws bear traps, and bear traps are not fun. Oh, I got it. There we go. That part is a bit easier if you actually have all the, if you have the extra shotgun damage. Those things are really annoying. Yeah, you can do the whole swing cock at the lever action, which is pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just going to go back because I think I might have missed a note, and I'll want to read that if I did. Hopefully we don't get bear trapped again. Yeah, I did. And a teddy. I think there's actually a Chivo if you take this teddy through the whole level. Or for the rest of the level. 40 barrels today, 50 tomorrow. Do good job. More friends. Yep. Old mate that has plenty of friends. Which secret did I miss? It's gonna drive me nuts. Cool. Now I'm just gonna quickly remind myself which bloody secret I missed, because I'm not used to missing a secret on the first level, and it's gonna keep me up at night if I don't figure it out. Got that one, got that one, got that one. I think it was in one of the shipping crates. It has a weapon part, so we're gonna have to go back for it. If it wasn't a weapon part, I would just continue, but we unfortunately need all the weapon parts we can get. Hey, I forgot about that. There. Here we are. Can't believe I forgot this one. Shameful. And there you go, 11 out of 11. It won't take us too long to get back. Gives me a chance to practice the movement tech while I'm at it, I guess. Which is a good thing. You have to spend your Amazon Prime so more skillful like pirates. So. Didn't he have like some huge fall from grace, crash and burn? Like I'm not up on the pirate software lore, but I vaguely remember hearing something about him crashing out or something. If you can give me a TLDR of the lore. Ah, we missed this note, so we can read this. Waterfall note. I put my stuff back here so no one would mess with it. I thought that behind a waterfall would be a perfect place to hide my stash. But apparently everyone's putting stuff behind waterfalls these days. I'll just have to find a different hiding spot. Oh yeah. And that shotgun shells. Very nice. NPC says yeah. Okay. I'm hoping that's going to be followed up in a sec by a lore dump. It started as huge fall was him picking a fight with a movement that is out to stop the death of the games. Oh, the death of games in the industry. You mean like Ross's thing? Is that the whole thing? Hey, all kills, all secrets. It only took me 43 minutes like a chump. He stepped up to bat with defending the practice of companies killing their own games, which essentially aggroed all of gamer culture as we know it. Yeah, that's that'll do it. Probably not his wisest move. Ah, so it is Ross's thing. Cool. Yeah. I'm ostensibly in support of that whole thing, I think. I think you should get, like if a game's going to be made inaccessible, like let's say it's an all online only thing, or in fact even really, it should, at a certain point in time it should all just be made open source. That's my thing. Like I'm a big fan of what id have done and what frictional games have done, you know, where it gets to a certain point and they just open source all their shit. Like that's how it should be, in my opinion. Dude abused Algo to blow up in YouTube Shorts. People started watching him and got sick of his 6 growing years at Blizzard as an elite hacking coder security quality analyst. Then he started playing WoW as a self-proclaimed expert because he spent aforementioned years at Blizz. Then he reached out, messed up in a hardcore dungeon, denied any wrongdoing. People started digging into him. His game has been ongoing for years and he accepts money for it despite producing no products. Then he went in on stop killing games because he is a stakeholder in a company producing a live service game. All downhill from there. Yeah, he's also a chronic bullshitter too about being some elite hacksaw for government groups and other crap. Okay. Interessante. Sounds like a bit of a noodle. Not gonna lie. He hacked nuclear power plants. Also, Pirate Software is essentially a Blizzard Nepo baby. He's related to the guy who was the inspiration for the No Life guy in South. Oh, okay, right. As you do, I guess. Did you see that? The first shot or two just went through that guy's head. That was a bit rubbish. Fix your sprites, Jason. So yeah, we come across these shield guys. They're really annoying if you want to hit them with a pistol or whatever, like you would with a normal garbage cultist. You gotta use a shotgun or a lever action on them. Oh, we've already got a health bag. Let's have a read of this. Shipping memo. I had my doubts about whether it was worth the time and effort to fix up this old ship, make it seaworthy again, but with the local police keeping a close eye on our truck movements now, the ship is invaluable to us. We can move larger quantities of supplies without any fear of random inspections or drawing the attention of the locals. Access to the cove is secluded, far from any major bridges or crossings, and the inclusion of some legitimate freight creates extra currency. If we can just get this damn staircase set up without it collapsing, everything will be perfect. So, kind of sounds like the cultist folks are moonlighting as legitimate businessmen. On the topic of internet people, though, Johnny Somali facing 41 years. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I guess. Like, is that still in Korea? If so, like, good on them, and also fuck him. Like, if you're going to go to other countries and shit up the place, you you deserve everything you get, and I hope he gets glassed in prison. That's about all I got to say on that. I think we might just get the choke. It is like you really can't go wrong just by going all in on shotgun. Yeah, it's Korea. Yeah, so he's still there. Get wrecked. Sucks to suck, I guess. Shouldn't have been such a prick to everyone. More bodies. I've spent a bit of time abroad, and like, especially in Asian countries, like they're super chill. If you just like, they can forgive a lot if you just go in and like you do dumb foreigner shit because you're a dumb foreigner, you don't know any better. But like, you know, if you've gotten to the point where they're like throwing the book at you and they're trying to like lock you up for 41 years, you kind of earned it at that point. Like, sorry, not sorry for that spicy take, but yeah. Only got yourself to blame, I reckon. So I think, can't recall if this set counts as a secret or not, but there is some stuff straight down here. No, I'm probably going to take damage from drowning. I don't think anyone disagrees. Oh, I'm sure some bleeding heart moron disagrees, but yeah, like missed him. There we go. Yeah, I have to admit I'm a bit out of touch on the old internet drama stuff at the moment. I've been living under a bit of a rock. I did see that a certain Greer finally paid up, and I think a certain Patrick is getting in trouble from memory. I think I saw something about that. If he goes to jail for more than 10 years, they may actually take the title of best Greer. Yeah, you know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I think there's another couple of secrets around here pretty close. Death of Cyrax. I know there was the death of King Cobes. Yeah. Yeah, that is most definitely what's up. Pouring out for your boy Cobes. The internet is going to be a worse place without him. And I mean that completely unironically. It is the strange characters of the internet, like Cobes, who really make it a wonderful place, and he's one of the sort of, I guess we call him one of the OGs. Yeah. He'll be sorely missed. Rest in peace, brother. Now let's see if I can nail this dynamite throw. Nope. There we go. Second try. Oh yeah, like almost definitely the drinking was I mean, if it didn't directly take him out, it certainly didn't help, and certainly got him along the path. He mixed it up with all kind of stuff that's probably not fit for human consumption. I mean, I've seen the bog Rito. Like, yeah. He's consumed some very questionable things. Yeah. There's no denying that. Though I did hear that a part of the problem was Redditors sending him Everclear because, you know, he's an alcoholic and he just couldn't resist. So we did it, Reddit. We took him out. I don't know, you gotta let it cool down. Yeah, man, it's not seasoned right unless you've left it overnight, sitting on your counter. The bugs are just extra flavor. I think this guy's got China Lake, which I might just let myself get wrecked to show you. Oh yes, yes he does. Yeah, so if that is true, and Redditors just kept sending him booze to fuel his alcoholism and ultimately lead him to his demise, well, I certainly do. Hope they get held accountable for it at some point, because that's a bit of a rubbish thing to do, to be honest. Cleared out the area, now we gotta clear out this ship. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I said, man, he'll be missed. He will be missed. Nice. Here's another secret. Am I maxed out on yeah, I am. Oh. On my practice playthrough, I was playing on very hard, and you burn through the shotgun shells, and you don't get that many. So read this. Roughly translated, right? Reward is being offered for anyone who is able to locate the extra copy of the bridge key. One is in our possession, but the former ship captain had a set as well, foreboding. It is of the utmost importance that this key be located, as the security of our operation is in jeopardy until it is found. We suspect the captain likely hid below deck when we commandeered the vessel, so any interested parties should start there. So that's your big old hint, and a bit of foreshadowing there. I'll see if I can show you the whole soap thing, because it's mildly amusing. extra armor there. I'm trying to think what other drama have I heard recently. Does anyone know if they got the Rackets police footage yet? Because I was kind of holding out for that one. Yeah, the damage upgraded shotgun is legit. Not yet, don't know any updates on it. He recently went to court for a TRO with his boyfriend where he was thrown out of the hearing by the judge. He's another strange one. Old Rackets. That should about do it. Oh, that was not a good idea. But it looks like the mini-boss of this area was actually stuck, which is a bit annoying. Yes, that's what he's supposed to do. Now you see how easily the upgraded shotgun just rips through him. Chug, chug, chug. I guess I'm full on health actually. Yeah. I think that's all for this part. We can get down into the belly of the ship. Stay away. It's ominous. That made a bit of a mess. Researcher notes number 1. The location seems promising. The archives and journals from the original Willbound Covenant have turned out to be quite a reliable source of information. While several sites were recorded, this one shows the most potential. It is isolated, and access was easily granted by a couple of property acquisitions. Excavation should be able to begin immediately, and with the use of a nearby anthracite mine, we won't even have to worry about turning heads when we break ground. Foreshadowing. I boosted the brightness and everything. Like, this game actually offers 2 brightness settings. One is just a normal brightness, but the other one is sort of an ambient brightness setting. So I did jump both of them up. Hopefully it is tolerable for the stream. So a shortcut here. So with this soap, there is a cheevo for yeeting this soap at someone, but I'm going to show you something else with the soap if I can trigger it. Yeah, I can. There you go. So you see how it disappeared? It actually just phased through the floor. And I probably didn't do it at the right location, but it is possible to make it phase into another crawl space, and you can pick it up, and if you drop it again, it'll just phase through into the water below the ship. It's pretty funny. Now we're getting into a part that is a bit spoopy. The whole layout of this section with the cargo barrels and everything really reminds me of Blood. I really like the art style in this game. Like, it really captures that sort of mid to late 90s aesthetic. The only thing I kind of wish, and maybe they did it, and maybe it's just the way they've rendered the sprites that doesn't capture it so well, but for anyone who's played Blood, you might recall that the enemies were all like these. They actually made little plasticine models of the enemies, and then just like digitized those into sprite sheets, and it was really cool. Like I really enjoyed that as an artistic touch. Apparently I missed a note on a bed, so thank you for that. I'll go back up to the bed area. We got our first spam bot of the night. If Janny could please do the needful and give him the old band hammer, I would be grateful. Please sweep it up. Anyway, here's the soap as mentioned, and yeah, what you heard was it falling through and going into the water. So here's sort of your first real clue that things start getting real freaking weird. And I'm just gonna... Yeah, you're right. On the high difficulties they would throw... In fact, from memory, depending on the difficulty or depending on the enemy, it would start with like sticks of dynamite, but then if you go the hardest, some or all of them would throw like actual bundles of dynamite, which was just savage. So, there you can see, oh, we just got a corpse chilling out on the roof. On the ceiling, I should say, as you say. He's got a key. But as soon as we take that key, things are gonna get weird. Yep. We got a poltergeist. It's like that section of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, or something like that. But the good news is we can kill it. Pretty much done with this area. I'll go grab that note on the bed, and then we'll take a quick break before we jump in the bridge, so I can grab some water, grab a new drink, and then we'll get back into it. What could this possibly mean, chat? It escapes me. Field journal number 2. I managed to get my foot in the door of one of these... foot in the door of one of these meetings that Mr. Sullivan mentioned. Turned out an old friend working for the city also attends them. I went to one meeting, and from looking at it, you'd think it's just a book club. Coffee, donuts, a ring of chairs, you get the idea. But then this older guy stands up and starts giving us newbies this wild pitch, some snake oil routine about how we can attain money, power, whatever we want. Sounds like some kind of pyramid scheme. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, sounds like some prosperity gospel shit. NPC says, I'm on the fence about Bloodlines 2. I pulled out from a pre-order back when they pushed release back and gutted the development team. Didn't they intend to make Bloodlines MMO or something? I'm not sure about the MMO part, but look, honestly, I love Bloodlines 1. The minute I saw Bloodlines 2, it kind of just feels like many of the other sort of sequels and remakes that we're getting, where they just pull out the original and wear it like a skin puppet. And it gives me the ick, chat. Gives me the ick. As far as I'm of the opinion, I think all these things are garbage until proven otherwise, and it's unfortunately a bit cynical, but this is the world we live in, where it's like with movies. Like, I've seen some remakes and stuff recently, not because I wanted to watch it, you know, it's just my wife watching whatever is on Netflix or whatever. And it's honestly just horse shit, and it's real sad. Like, originality and ingenuity is a thing of the past. It's how can we make money from the memories of works that were actually good and cash a paycheck, and it's very sad. But maybe I'm just old and grumpy. Okay. I'm going to take a short break. So listen to this wonderful song and another one, and then we'll be back.
Never unkind, soothing me while we wave my teeth. She peels back her face, inside displaced with my tongue out. Lay me under the sun. Many limbs, pale gone, holding me firm as I grieve. Dissect me as I grin. Leaving my teeth, dissect me as I grin. Leaving my teeth, dissect me as I grin. Leaving my teeth. Walking on nails, a mutilation trail. Follow them beyond where madness prevails. Subsist on fingers from unspoken places. Envision wild things as they pull off their faces. I mark my path with my bones and flayed skin. Ravenous braying as I make the incision. Bark cuts light up the dread sky. The pyre screams as it runs by. Pieces reclaimed under seats. Join the faceless howling beast. Walking on cold dust, crying black sludge. Pick at the circuits in my head, flaking rust. Wishing for the Naxios true death, preserve it clutched in the spare-infused flesh. I mark my path with my bones and flayed skin. Ravenous braying as I make the incision. Bark cuts light up the dread sky. The pyre screams as it runs by. Pieces reclaimed on new seats. Join the faceless howling beast. Cuts light up the dread sky. The pyre screams as it runs by. Pieces reclaimed on new seats. Join the faceless howling beast. Rocks of fallen time sink knee deep in stinging vines. Replace my face with white hot iron, seared in place, eyes on fire. All cuts light up the dread sky. The pyre screams as it runs by. Pieces reclaimed on new seeds join the faceless howling beasts. Cuts light up the dread sky. The pyre screams as it runs by. Pieces reclaimed on new seeds join the faceless howling beasts.
And I'm back. I see some pretty lively discussion about World of Darkness and White Wolf and stuff in the chat. Allow me to supply a hot take. White Wolf Games is a shadow of its former self. Everything they touch now turns to shit. And honestly, they don't deserve to have the rights. That's my spicy take for the evening. I'm not a fan of New World of Darkness and pretty much everything they've done in a good long while. Oh, back to it, shall we? How are we doing Molotovs? We might hang on to our Molotovs, we'll need them soon. Understandable. I think so. I mean, it's a real shame what's happened. Like I haven't kept up with all the happenings and the drama, but there's been a lot of bullshit from what I can tell, and yeah, it's just a shame, really. Okay, 4 secrets. I think that's all of them for the moment. Yeah, I got the one from there. Cool. I mean, I see what you're saying with the house rules and stuff. I mean, I'm one to talk. Like, I started off with D&D 2nd edition, and then 3rd edition and 3.5, and then like the Fallout RPG. By the way, Fallout RPG I think is still pretty great, and I would totally play it if there were people to play with. Whitechapel, listen here, you motherfucker. I ran a BattleTech campaign just for you, buddy. Forgot that we could pick up the shields, and we can even use one-handed weapons with it. I'm still waiting for someone to get back to me about that BattleTech campaign. Nudge, nudge. Just 2 more weeks. Hold still while I glass you. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I started with like D&D and the Fallout tabletop, and played a few others as well, but I quickly got pretty bored and just ended up like I didn't just simply house rules things. I got so fed up with other systems that I just went fuck it and made my entire own rule set, and then that progressed into my entire own setting and lore, actually multiple settings. Yeah. Hey, homie. Hey, Spambot. Can you kindly go and kick rocks? Sorry, I just had to ban that Spambot. It's a bit frustrating with the Spambot situation on Kick and Twitch. Really annoying. Which it does remind me though, this isn't related to that, but it just reminded me there was a new follower on Twitch that I got after the last stream. I want to say it was Yanchi something, but if you are watching again, just Channy, yeah. Just want to say thanks, and hope you're enjoying them. Cool. So anyway, one day I'll release my set of tabletop rules and lore. I think I've played a grand total of like 3 or 4 sessions in the main setting, and I think 2 in one of the alternate settings, so it's not thoroughly play tested, but to be honest, it made for very entertaining games. Very entertaining games. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, that could have got a whole lot better. Just use up our medkit. NPC, I was briefly on 2nd edition, Thaco and stuff like that. 3rd edition is where I kind of sat and stayed for the most part. Ventured into World of Darkness a bit, but it was kind of their reboot, yeah, the new World of Darkness, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I only played a very little amount of 2nd. I played quite a bit of 3rd and 3.5. I was really spewing because I literally bought all the 3rd edition core rulebooks right, I think like 2 or 3 months before 3.5 came out. I had no idea that 3.5 was on the way. I was so mad. I still got those 3rd edition rulebooks, incidentally. And there's the next secret. And I think there's... I think the 2 more are just in the next sort of main arena. So we should hopefully get them all without much trouble. Doing really well on armor, surprisingly. Even if I did have time for it, I don't really get super excited for other people's role-playing games now. Like, if I was gonna play anything, I mean, aside from the BattleTech, nudge nudge, wink wink, I kind of just try to play my own system and setting because I find it so much more interesting. Like I made the game that I wanted to play, so. Okay, 2 more weeks literally. Good. I'll hold you to that. I put so much freaking effort, like, no joke. I'm gonna publicly shame Whitechapel now. I put like hours and hours into making a whole campaign and lore and characters and like fleshed them out, you know, did the whole shebang. doing this whole 3020s Merc Company dealio, and then we play like 2 sessions, and then it's been a long time. NPC says 3.5 didn't honestly change much, just kind of streamlined things and better integrated psionics when needed. Yeah, it wasn't just that though. Like, it was all the expansion books and everything. That, like, it created a divide, and there was sort of, now the topic of balance of expansion books and everything is a whole nother story, but it created a divide between the rule sets that was never, like, some expansion books released sort of an errata that married up the changes. So you had like this D&D 3rd edition expansion book, and then they released like a 3.5 supplementary to kind of bridge the gap. And you know, sure, at the end of the day you can always just house rule stuff, but it was just, yeah, it was kind of annoying, and frankly 3.5 had so much more content. So, ooh, ominous. Actually, I might, let's see if I can hey, got him. Now, let's see if I can get these fellas. Oh, you just killed the other guy. I think that was it. Oh, there's... Nice. Speaking of my whole pen and paper game and everything, I don't think I mentioned this before on stream, or I might have mentioned it tangentially, but a lot of the tracks, particularly from, well, quite topical, we're listening to Dark Sun right now, the sort of titular track from Devour Dark Sun. A lot of those songs from Devour Dark Sun, oh hey, look at that, Kobe. A lot of those tracks draw from my original work. And in fact, every track off the Undying Light EP is from my own lore. I could tell stories from that. And yeah, it's kind of what I like to do with my work for this project. I mean, sure, Crush Depth was very much inspired by Soma, and then a few tracks off Hunted were inspired by Hunt Showdown and some other stuff, Blood, for example. And then on Devour Dark Sun, you have a couple of tracks that were inspired by some other works. The Forever Winter, for example, was inspiration for 2 of them. Quake 4 was a partial inspiration for 1. And then for my new works, again, the next album tells sort of two separate story arcs, again, from my own pen and paper game lore. So, if anyone has the time or inclination, you can try and piece all that together. Okay. Let's see if I can remember where the last, 2 secrets are. I love the upgraded shotgun. Once you get the choke on this thing, man, it just slaps so hard, as the kids would say. Nice. Did I just shoot that dude's grenade out of the air? I think I did. I'm gonna take the credit for that one. Alright. Let's give this a once over. Go up and grab the next secret. Yeah, you can see it there. There you go, so that's 6 out of 7. Did I miss one? Let me just quickly check. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. We haven't missed one. Cool. We can mosey on. Now you might see, oh no, I got the glows mixed up. I was about to say, you might see those glows, they're actually a special enemy, but no, it's just the tail lights of the truck. As I was going to say, you might recall the... Hey, what's all this then? You made some clip. What is this wizardry? Ah, you captured me eating the barrel at the cultist. Nice. Nice. Much appreciated. Oh, and you caught the shooting the grenade out of the air. I might have to clip that for the YouTube channel, I reckon. That was all just skill, intentional, you know, just me vibing with the game. Yeah, as I was gonna say, I think I mentioned last stream that I've entered into a global song competition. But I don't know if I mentioned the lead up to that. So you might be familiar with nowadays, everyone's starting to get policies on AI and stuff, but I end up having a bit of back and forth with them to check if what I'm doing actually even qualifies for entry, which thankfully it does. So nice. I'm expecting the results of that later this month, I think is when they release it, I want to say. So the competition's now. I forgot that cultists can kick the dynamite back at you, which is very rude. Yeah, so it's now. I mean, I entered like a bit over a week ago, I think. As part of the early bird special, they sort of give you entering 3 tracks for the price of 2. So, bailed that. And now it goes to a panel of judges and they'll do their thing, and hopefully we have some good news. I would be super hyped to even get one of the recognition rewards, so yeah, we're full. So there are cash rewards. The first place is like 50 grand or something, which, my goodness, that would be amazing. No, it's actually down to a panel of professional judges who unfortunately can't vote for me, and if you could, believe me, I would be shilling that like you wouldn't believe. But no, it's all professional judges, quote unquote professional judges. But yeah, like first place is 50 grand, I think second place is 10, third is 5 or something like that. There's another 5 grand award for like an emerging Australian artist, and then there's like 10 1 grand consolation prizes or something like that, and then if you're in the top 50 you just get a mention. And look, I'm not under any illusions. I don't think I'm going to win first place or anything like that. I think the best shot I have is next secret is here, by the way, but we'll get it in a sec. I think like my best chance is at one of the consolation, 1 grand prizes, or one of the top 50 recognition. Like I think that's about where I would tap out. I don't know if you submit Lathe. We're going to the top. Oh man, believe me, there's going to be tendies for everyone if I win. But no, Lathe was not one of the ones I submitted. The rules wouldn't have let me submit the original, and the remix is still cooking. It's just not there yet. Tired of streaming to 0? Let's change that. Come on, man. I think I've got a little more than 0, to be fair. Garbage spam bots. It's tiresome. The tracks that I submitted were, and there you go, Zermax weapon part, 7 out of 7 secrets, and all kills, nice. Tracks I submitted were Nomad, which is track 4 off my new EP. We heard that at the early start of the stream. And I submitted 3 other tracks, which are demos from the next album. I think I've played all of them on stream at one point or another. There's Terminus, Bloom, and Mitosis Reverse. So we'll see. We'll see. If I win something, or it doesn't matter what it is, if I get some recognition out of it, you better believe I'll be making a big deal of that. That'd be sweet. No Lathe, no win. The trouble with Lathe is the remix that I have, I'm actually not, like, it was good for the Necro Arc cover, but I've progressed the standard version of it, and I mean it's an interesting remix, but it's not it, right? It's not it. And Suno 4.5 doesn't cope with the original Lathe faithfully. Like, I can't get a faithful recreation of it. It struggles. Oh, Necro Arc is garbage. Man, most of my recent track views are from the Necro Arc covers. That's how I cracked the Zoomer audience, man. Alright. The first half of this level freaking sucks. Perfect, I mean, it depends what you mean by perfect. Like, if I could go back and do the original Lathe again, there are a couple of things I would change. The problem I have, just to add some transparency to the mix here, is when you're using generative AI, I mean, I mentioned before that there's artifacts, right? Like, you get distortions and weird sounds that shush you. You get artifacts and distortion and stuff that is unique to the, like, it's part of the game when you're using generative AI. Like, that's one of the cool things about it, right? But it comes with a problem, because it's like with other art forms where they're doing sort of experimental things. Do you leave the flaws in, or do you try and remove them in some fashion, right? Because imagine like Vaporwave if it was super polished or whatever, like it, or even just, we can talk about Vaporwave about in and of itself, right? Because it's basically taking what a quirk of a certain type of music at a certain point in time and maximizing on that to make something new, right? So the weirdness is kind of, it's a feature, it's not a bug, so to speak. And when you're using generative AI, you get these artifacts, and you know, is it a feature and not a bug? And where I'm going with this is there's a bunch of that in Lathe, and I opted to leave a bunch of it in just because it sort of makes it a product of the time and tools that we use to make it, where you get some like weird things going on that are artifacts from the generative AI process. Because for all I know, in like 10 years time or 20 years time, there might come a point where people look at these things and go, oh, actually the flaws or the weirdness is a feature. So you just drop that and go, be right back. Okay, well, I guess, you know, I guess I'll go kick rocks then. But by the way, don't miss this. It's not actually a secret, but it is a hidden bit of equipment. So, yeah, I'll wait to answer that till you get back. I do have an answer for that, just so as you know. So the reason why I'm doing things, it might look a bit silly what I'm doing, but actually what I'm doing is doing things in a very particular order. Because I already know what's going to happen, and this kind of spooked the shit out of me first time. If I'm being honest, I was not expecting this to happen. Alright, let's do it. Oh, I took the wrong route. Yeah, so in case you hadn't noticed, the minute you pick that up, there's just frickin' zombies everywhere, and even more spawn once you trigger the bridge. So this is why we've been saving the Molotovs, because the most efficient method for these guys is just to keep dropping mollies. So I mentioned the Forever Winter before, but this track, I think might have mentioned before, this was inspired by the Forever Winter. NP says, it's like how Quake's visuals was the best it could do at the time, but now current games strive for that quality, like a style. Yeah, exactly. In fact, like, if I play Quake, I'll turn off some of the modern features to make it like the Quake I remember as a kid, you know, like I'll turn off texture filtering, I'll turn off the like the animation interpolation, so all the like weapon animations and monster animations are at a lower frame rate and stuff, so it looks OG, you know. Like, to me, that's a feature of what makes Quake Quake. So yeah, it's exactly like that. And it's as an artist, well, an artist after a fashion, I don't even know if I should be using the term artist for what I do. Like, again, this is one of those things Like I use it because I don't have another term, but maybe it's not the right term. I don't know. I don't have that perspective. It's one of the challenges, as I was saying, is like, do I just let my the generative AI stuff, like warts and all, just leave it, because it might actually be one of the qualities that makes it interesting and valuable in the future, is it being what it is. Yeah, I've heard that about Silent Hill, and they actually they didn't have to keep it in for Silent Hill 2, but they kept it because it ended up being a feature. Oh shit. Yeah, a bunch of them got stuck in here. You're back. So to answer your question about what I consider quote-unquote flaws in Lathe, is there's some sort of vocal quirks and distortions that I could have fixed. I fixed some of them, but I didn't fix all of them, and that was sort of a conscious decision. Now, yeah, I guess it'd be up to people in the future to judge whether or not that was the right decision or not. Yeah. Those zombies are like infuriating. Particularly on higher difficulties, they do so much damage. What are those glitches, shortcomings, etc.? You'll just notice it on some of the vocal inflections. It hasn't. There's like some artificial, like voice warping, and it sounds like it's a tell, right? It's the tell that it's AI generated voice, right? Particularly on some of the early parts where I think the first set of lathing my teeth, some of them have some like weird vocal distortion on them, or vocal warping on them. Whoa, what the? I don't remember the headshots on this difficulty just jibbing them like that. But whatever. Okay, there's a couple of secrets I'm walking past that we'll go back for in a sec, but I just want to come up here. Just to clear this building out. You can see the cultists and zombies fighting, and if you catch them with one of those lanterns, you can get them good. Jib, do I say GIF too? No, I actually say GIF because GIF just sounds weird, but I don't know why I say Jib, but I do. Ah, we remember the other field journals, so we're up to number 3. I was surprised to receive a letter at my home inviting me back for another meeting. Now, I didn't share my real name or address with these guys, but I'm thinking maybe my buddy from the city must have. Anyway, the letter promised that I wouldn't see results from just one meeting, and that I'd need their help if I wanted to succeed. Well, I went to another meeting. Curiosity got the better of me. Besides, the donuts aren't half bad. Not gonna lie, I could go for a donut. The old guy was talking about planning some kind of camping trip, an outdoors retreat that'd serve as an initiation for the newbies. Camping under the stars, beers, and team building, this guy says. He followed it up with some testimonials from former members that found great success in life through the program. Funny thing is, these former members are, or were, all town residents, but they've all since left town. Well, chat, that is just a little bit sus. So you might be able to see through the boards here that this place is crawling with zombies, and you can give them the old surprise down the chimney, but you know what, I'll show you. This usually doesn't kill any of them. Yep, there you go. That does. And I think that counted as the first secret. But there's a few more. One of the interesting things about those sort of, you know, artifacts, the warping and stuff that you get from the AI generation, as the tool has grown more sophisticated and the fidelity has increased, those distortions have become less interesting and more just straight up disruptive. So if you listen to anything more recently created by me, like Impact, which was the first track in the stream intro, sometimes there are artifacts still that are worth keeping. You'll notice some in the music side, but then there's others in, say, the vocal side that I've just straight up replaced because they sound less like interesting AI artifacts and more just straight up distortion, like the vocals just straight up dropping or spiking with white noise or some other thing that is it sounds like shit rather than interesting. So, you know, there's a lot more of that in the tool now, rather than just funky things that sound kind of odd or interesting. Come back for those. 3 secrets, and there's one more in here. Nice. You only have 10 or 15 left in you? Yeah, fair enough, man. I'll probably go for maybe another hour, or maybe less. We'll see. I am a bit tired. See what we got here. Might be a good time to get... Oh, but we're about to get something else. I'll grab this for now. This is very handy. Nice. Oh, you got a couple of notes to read here, so let's have a read. Proposal concerns. On the subject of the new dig proposal for the North Shaft team, the layout of the proposed tunnels would cause parts of the dig to go right beneath the new Groundwell lunatic asylum. Foreshadowing. At the depth laid out in the plans, it seems that the integrity of the Earth might be compromised. Has this proposal been through review? Is it even legal to dig below their property? Our current dig plans have had satisfactory yields, so why the sudden change to an unsafe and potentially illegal site? With the recent change in ownership, if these concerns need to be raised with someone else, please let me know. So that ties in with the other note we found from seemingly the cultists buying up a new mine site and or any place which they think is interesting. Might be related to that whatever the heck happened to the sky there that we saw. Incident report. So I think this kind of dates the game roughly in that it's taking place in the 60s. Persons involved: Edward Flynn, Ryder Wallace. Incident notes. Physical confrontation between two workers. Argument began over North Shaft dig location. Safety concerns were cited. No serious injuries. Parties involved have resolved the issue. No further action necessary. And there you go. I was just showing that off. You can flush the eyeball. Give some poor guy taking a whiz. Yeah, we'll have none of that. Thank you very much. Come on. There we go. So if you go around here, you'll come across the next secret streamer. Seems like a bad guy. Or the bad guy. I mean, I suppose you could look at it from that perspective. We just woke up in someone's pile of bodies, you know. They were just minding their own business, filling a pile of bodies. Doing their cult things. And we just came and pissed in their cereal. Did I get... yeah, I did. No more weapon parts. So we got a Sten gun now. This thing's actually pretty good. We might use it on the mini boss here. How are you? Yeah, exactly. Like, ain't no thing. Now you do want to check all these because there's actually some good shit in them. I probably should have used the last of my own field kit before picking them up, but whatever. Minor note. Hey Eddie, hope you see this note. I'm asking for a transfer off of the North Shaft team. I keep seeing shit down there. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Gotta be some kind of gas down there or something. What? Why would you, like, write that with an apostrophe? Like, if you're actually writing text, why would you do that? Just wanted you to know it's got nothing to do with our little scuffle the other day. Drop by my cabin for a beer sometime, would ya? He writes like a spastic. Oh. I don't know if it's a, because the custom difficulty in turning on the, like, psi powers, but I remember there being an imbued remains in one of these lockers. Weird that there wasn't. Sorry, my beloved wife just delivered a snack. Actually not sure what it is. What is it? Okay. It's like cheese and something and some bread. That's good. Oh. It's a bit tricky. clearly the mining operation was a resounding success. Look at this thing. Can't go wrong with cheese and bread. You're not wrong. Like it's part of the what do we call it, like the snack or comfort food holy trinity, where you get cheese, bread, and like something else. It's just mint. Could be tomato, could be mushroom, could be olive, could be meat. Minor letter. Dear Ma, I'm coming home. Don't know if you'll get this letter before I'm back anyways. I haven't seen the post guy for a few days, so regular pickups haven't been happening. Anyway, someone bought out the company, and new management is laying off a ton of people. No idea why, but there's supposedly a big severance package in it for us. There's one last big meeting scheduled for tonight. We're all supposed to attend, where we'll be receiving our severance pay. Then I'll be on the train back home. Yeah, I don't think he made it somehow. We aren't Greek. Olives are good, and you don't have to be Greek to enjoy olives. But you might be subhuman if you don't enjoy olives. Just putting that out there. He's compromised. Yeah, the Greeks got to me. While we're here, as we chill in this pile of bodies, just a shout out to old mate GW_X9 for this banger of a track. It's can't recall if I've mentioned it on a past stream. I probably have, but it would have been a while ago. But this track is from one of his Quake levels, and that Quake level is freaking awesome. I should play it on the channel at some point. Nice. Thanks for posting in the chat. Much appreciated, and you just reminded me while I'm here. We'll just drop this link for my new EP. It kind of works a bit like Linktree, it's just to my distributor specifically. But what it does is you can go there and it's got links to the EP on all the major streaming platforms. So please do have a listen, and again, if you do feel like supporting the channel, first of all, thank you, and second of all, please like, share, subscribe, and if you're feeling extra generous, please buy some of my stuff on Bandcamp. That really helps. Anyway, this part's kind of fun. So you might think, oh, that's shiny. Jaro likes olives. Yeah. Got him. I'm pretty sure on higher difficulties that there's like quite a few more. I remember when I was playing it on my sort of practice run, I yeeted that thing in here and then just, you know, jump kicked up here because a room full of zombies is a bad time. Here's the next secret, another weapon part. So that's 5 out of 7. We got one weapon part. can grab the key that we need. Grab some health. And I think that's about it for this one. And I think the next stop for us is the mini-boss. Now the mini-boss you can kind of just like pseudo cheese with this stun gun. Who doesn't like heroes and olives? Come on. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Olives are based, and I'm tired of pretending otherwise. Anyway, let's have some cheese. Based. Thank you, thank you. I do try. Now I think... I can't remember, was it this corner or no? Yeah, I think it is this corner. We just took out your average olive enjoyer. Yeah man, you're just lucky that having bad opinions isn't a crime yet. Anyway, I think the first wall crack is actually over here. If we, yeah. Really sneaky game, like they introduced this mechanic super early on, then just ignore it, and then surprise, wall crack. And this should go some health. There. Alright. Excuse me, I'm just gonna take a bite of this. I have no idea what was in that, other than cheese. I think it might have been, tuna or something. Not bad. Don't forget that, because it's a whole crate of TNT. And we're actually looking pretty good on the TNT front. So there is another mini-boss here, but you gotta be careful because there's frickin' enemies everywhere. Yeah, so that's how you cheese that mini-boss. And here, I think, is the last secret. There you go. But chat, we're at 7 out of 7, but we are not all of the secrets, because there is a hidden secret right over here. and the developer is taunting us for expecting an Easter egg in a place that you're not supposed to be, which is very rude. They honestly should have put a dope fish or something in there. But what can you do? Anyway. This section is pretty savage if you're not used to it, because it's all vertical and we know that zoomers can't look up. So if you're not used to playing things like Quake and that, where verticality is actually used, you'll be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, no worries, Whitechapel. Thanks for sticking around and all the chats, it's been fun. And we'll see you next week, hopefully. For some more shenanigans. I think I mentioned in the intro that only real OGs will recognize this, so this is a remix I just whipped together at the last minute of a track called Painkiller, which I think I released it about 15 months ago or something on the channel, but it never got like an album release. Those psychic body bags. Uh-oh. Can't believe that guy survived. My goodness. I think that's probably my signal to call it a night soon as well. But we'll finish off this level, we're just about done anyway. Or did we get it? Oh, come on. Must have been a zombie or something I missed out in the woods. Oh, here we are. In the mines. I think that deserves a good save. And I think we're going to call it a night. So, thank you all for hanging out. It's been fun. Hope you have a good week to come. And we'll be back next week for some more of Cultic. I am toying with the idea of streaming midweek as well, but we probably wouldn't be doing these kinds of games. We'd probably maybe do Forever Winter or something, those kind of things in the middle of the week, and just sort of fuck about and hang out. But yeah, more news on that will come. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, NPC, as always. I will probably drop by at least for a little bit tomorrow morning for the usual thing, and yeah, take it easy and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks everyone.